Hello guys, once more welcome to our channel, IXV International, where we introduce African companies to the American market and also American market to the American companies to the African market. And today, guess what? First of all, before even coming to meet our brother here, who's going to introduce himself, and you guys are going to have an awesome time. I'm telling you, I believe this is going to be a revolution when it comes to African companies trying to do business here in the United States. Don't worry, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But first, before even I go further, please guys, share this video, subscribe, like, and let people know some of the opportunities that are open here for business, especially when it comes to African companies. Brother, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Yes, hi, my name is Gaylord Neal. I'm a managing partner of a company called QME, Q as in Queen, M as in Mary, E as in Ever, QME Spotlight Ecosystem, and that's SPOTLIGHT Ecosystem, okay? And I'm a Wharton graduate, I'm going to a few companies, and now I'm partners with a guy named Bentley Charlemagne, who put together the company we're about to talk to you about. But even more importantly, it's not really as much about our company as it is about what we're going to be able to do, right? How we're going to be able to help your business,
yes,
be able to get into United States markets, be able to sell their products here in the U.S., be able to get federal contracts, be able to team with other people to get federal contracts. So this is going to be a very, very interesting conversation. So I've been doing this for about 35 years. So when you talk about experience, I've been around the block a while, so I know a little bit of something about what we're doing. And our company builds websites, builds e-commerce platforms, builds digital ecosystems, builds mobile apps. But let me take it another step forward for you. We don't just build you the technology, we then help you figure out how to use that technology to enter contracts in the U.S., how to connect with retailers in the U.S. My past has allowed me to have access to maybe anywhere from 400 to 500 very large retailers. They're multinational global companies, and I have contacts within those companies because I used to do some business with most of them. So as a result of that, I have those relationships. So in addition to the technology, we can then introduce you to the people that you need to talk with. We can help you get those contracts, both on the corporation end, the large retailers in the United States, as well as on the federal contract side. We were talking about the fact that the best way to do that is to introduce African companies that have products, introduce them to African owned companies in the US. And then we will work with the companies that are in the US, get them contracts with the federal government, and of course they'll have a relationship with you and your products and services. So we believe that this is going to work very, very well, and I'm very excited to be here.
I am so excited because the thing is, you know, just based on our conversation that we had before coming online, this is the thing. I used to help a lot of African companies to, you know, get their products here in the United States.
Yeah.
And what happened is this: when they get to the ports, the product can come out. Why? Because they did not adhere to the laws and regulations that FDA has put in place.
Right.
Now, what is going to happen is you are going to solve all those problems. That's why I'm so excited to, you know, bring this information to companies, especially from Africa, that wants to do business here in the United States. Now, you said something very powerful when you talk about like how an African company can partner with another African company here in the US, and they'll be able to obtain federal grants, federal loans. Can you please elaborate on that a little bit more?
Sure. So the federal government has an agency. It's a full agency of the federal government. It is the only agency in the United States designed and built to help minority companies get contracts with the federal government. It is called the Minority Business Development Agency. You can go online and you can look at it. Anyway, that Minority Business Development Agency contracted with an outside black-owned company called KDM and Associates. And as a result of that contract, they asked KDM to build something called the Federal Procurement Center. And that Federal Procurement Center's job is to help minority companies get contracts with the federal government. Here's the good news. that company, that federal procurement agency, has contracted with us to help them do what they're doing for the federal government. So we are sitting at the table, not on the outside, not a phone call away. We're sitting at the table, helping minority companies get contracts, helping design the process, the roadmap for you to get federal contracts with the federal government. So we're not only saying we understand how to do it. We're at the table. We're on the inside,
and that's why really, you know, I'm very interested in, you know, kind of having more discussions with you. And guys, by the way, he's in his vacation, and I drove here just to have him talk about what they have going on right now. They have built a platform.
That's called commitment, by the way. He drove three hours to come on a Saturday morning with his family, the whole 9 yards, just so he could meet with me.
And the thing is, actually, that's commitment on our side. But you two, you have your family here that are vacationing, and you're taking this time to actually sit with me. I really appreciate it. I'm not taking that for granted at all.
Amen.
You know, and we met. And just what we started talking about, what you guys, by the way, there are multi-million dollars that are, you know, just waiting for African companies to just tap into that. Can you please just give us a little explanation of the opportunities that African companies have when it comes to, you know, getting their products in the U.S. market?
Yeah, well, for most of you probably already know, so I'm probably stating the fact that you are probably aware of. The United States is the largest importer. They're bringing it in. Importer of goods and services in the world.
That's
the United States. Okay, $3.4 trillion with a T, trillion dollars a year of goods and services we're bringing in. We need your products. United States, we have built on your products. We don't have enough food. We don't have enough clothes, we don't have enough electronics, we don't have enough anything to satisfy the crazy appetite of the U.S. consumer. We consume, man. We consume everything, and and in the whole world, we have one of the largest per capita incomes in the entire world. So people in the United States are consumers, and they got big incomes to be able to do it.
Well,
right?
You know, I tell people, you know, I said it's only in America where you can use an iPhone, and then the other iPhone comes out, and you have to discard the other iPhone. So many countries, you know, you need a TV that is standing there for like, I mean, 6 years, 7 years. In America, some people change their TV every 6 months
and their phones,
and phones and all that stuff. So the U.S. market is really a consuming market.
Really
now, you had a very good meeting with I don't know what's his name again in his position.
Don Cravens.
Don Cravens.
Don Cravens.
And what's his position?
So Don Cravens is the head of the MBDA. He's called an undersecretary in the U.S. Department of Commerce. He was just in Ghana. He was just in Nigeria. Kamala Harris, our vice president, was just in Ghana, Kenya. She visited Ghana, also Tanzania. She was there as well, and came back and pledged $8 billion back to Africa.
Look at that.
Yeah, so they're looking at us helping speed up the process of getting our countries across the oceans, getting our small businesses engaged with your small businesses and driving more trade and more commerce. They need us.
And when you have that meeting with him, what are some of the things that you took away from it?
Yeah, so what I took away from that meeting that I sat in with Don Cravens was that he is very excited about the potential, and he really wants this to happen really badly. We happen to share with him some of the technologies that we were using, and he was very excited about it. He couldn't wait to have some of this implemented. He's willing to back us in any way he needs to, but he really wants to create change. I've never seen anybody that wants to create change like this guy, Don Cravens. He is ridiculously affixed on creating change, and he knows that part of that change has to be how Africa and the United States is doing business. And he wants to do his part, which is how do I help minority businesses in the United States connect with businesses in Africa, in African countries, and get those products over here and figure out a way that we could also sell to the federal government while you're also selling to multinational retail outlets.
So the market is so huge, guys. The market is so huge, and this is my goal. This is what I want, really, for African companies to know about the importance of doing business in the United States. Now, I know a lot of African companies and African countries are interested too. The problem is they don't know how to do it. But what you have created, my brother, what you have created, it's like a one-stop, guys. I know you guys you're gonna say, "Oh, we've never seen more excited like this." But I am just so excited when. This is just the first time that we're going to talk.
Right.
We're going to keep talking and share some of this
Sure.
information. But I'm excited because of the opportunities that it's going to bring to the continent, and how it is like a one-stop, guys. It's a one-stop where you can have. Can you just tell us some of the things that they can, some of the benefits of?
Yeah. So we developed. In the evolution of us developing websites, e-commerce platforms, mobile applications, we started studying the world in terms of how technology is changing and trying to figure out how to get in front of it. So as a minority-owned company ourselves, we developed something called digital ecosystems. Now, this is the first time I'm putting this out anywhere publicly. We are developing digital ecosystems. We have them currently in about 12 different vertical markets. One is farming, another is how to help small businesses, another is import, export, trade, which is what he wants me to talk to you about right now, okay? But it goes universities, healthcare, I can go down the line, heritage
so guys,
preservation.
you said this is the first place that he shared
I've never shared this publicly with anybody. Our company spent the first 5 years of our existence. We're a 12-year-old company. The first 5 years, all we did was research and development in the labs, developing our products. All we did was walk around and talk to ambassadors of countries and talk to executives of major corporations, talk to farmers, and figure out what they needed, right? But once we figured it out, we call it the Tinker Labs. We went back into the labs and completed the development of several products. Now, most people have no idea what we're talking about, but think of a Facebook or LinkedIn. To simplify it, we've developed about 20 of those megaverses, right? That you would use to help groups of people. So recently, what he's asking me to share about right now is one of those platforms is called the World Trade Connect platform. The World Trade Connect platform, its whole purpose is to help businesses in other countries abroad be able to not only do business with the United States, but to accelerate the process of doing business with other countries as well.
Wow.
So we didn't just do it just so we could get you to sell your stuff to us. We did it so that you can sell your stuff to everybody else too, right? And so there were some key things that we had to do in order to do that. It is a platform that allows you to connect with other businesses around the world. That's the whole purpose of it. It's getting launched this Monday, by the way. Monday is the launch date, right?
Guys, okay.
So you can come on board. It's not going to cost you anything. You can come on, set up your profile. You can join the platform. And that's going to be important because once you build, you fill out your profile, it automatically creates a digital one-page profile of your company that every other company that joins the platform can see. Every other retailer that joins the platform can see your products and services. Every other federal agency that's on the platform can see what you're offering. Why is that important? Because never before has there been one digital rail for the entire universe of America and all the other 7 continents, connecting us all together, a digital rail that allows us now to be able to show what we do, how we do it, what our products and services are, and show them how to connect with us. And this is going to be life-changing for most of us, to now allow your products and services to be able to be at least shared with others. But it doesn't just stop there. We went out and we're in the process of developing the roadmaps for each country. So for instance, in the United States, here's the roadmap that you have to follow if you want to get your products here, right? It's good to know the roadmap so you understand all the parts that have to occur so you don't have the nightmares that we've heard about about, oh, I got my products there, but they got stuck in logistics and customs, and I couldn't get them through, and they end up going spoiling and wasting, and all kinds of nightmare stories. We don't want you to experience those nightmare stories. So we've put together the roadmaps that you have to follow. Not only that, but we're going to be building inside of the hundreds and hundreds of experts. These are people we've vetted that are good at what they do to be able to help you. So if you have a problem in operations, logistics, customs, distribution, selling to the inline client, getting your products into thousands of retail outlets, or getting your products into the federal government of the United States, guess what? There's going to be a roadmap for you. So, but stage one is let's just get as many companies on the platform as possible so you can start connecting and meeting and talking to each other. That's stage one.
So guys, I'm going to actually share that information. So for Monday, I know so many of these companies that are watching. Guys, please, I want you guys to log in, create a profile in this platform, because this is going to be really revolutionary. It's going to be change, when it comes to doing business internationally. And that's why I'm so excited to partner with them so that we can do this together. And it's not just for companies that are in Africa, also companies here in the United States can benefit so much, if anything, companies that are here.
Even more so, because it is important, if we're going to help you get contracts with the federal government, right, we've got to connect you with a U.S.-based, in my mind, a U.S.-based African-owned company, right? And then I can help that company help tutor them and help guide them and mentor them to be able to get contracts with the federal government. But we also, at the same time, can also help them get contracts with major retailers here, right? But at the same time,
can you tell us some of the retailers that you've had companies to be able to get their products set up?
Yeah, so Dollar General, Walmart. All right. We've also been able to work very exclusively with some U.S. pharmaceutical companies here locally that are in the United States that are based. They have their base of their headquarters here, right? And so these are very, very important.
So first of all, if you're just watching this, and I like to kind of break it for some. Dollar General is like one of the biggest, franchise company in the United States.
And Walmart is too.
Walmart is
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's known all over the world. I know each and every one of you that are watching right now, you must have seen a Walmart store, in one of the YouTube videos that you're watching, or a movie or something like that. So Walmart is huge.
And then all of the retail grocery store giants are here. So you've got Whole Foods, you've got Giant, you've got Acme, you've got Kroger, you've got
can you imagine that?
I mean, it's just a whole list of them. These are huge
if you can
chains.
And
Wegmans.
What this platform is going to do is going to be able to help you to get your product in this stores. Look, I have tried so much. I have tried so hard to get some of my products that people are, contacting me from Africa to get their product to charge.
Right.
People from India, and it has been so difficult. And that's why, for a platform like yours, it is just going to.
But I have a concept that I've never told anybody. This is a first.
Okay. Too many firsts coming out.
This is a first. Okay. We have a concept. We haven't done it yet. Where how you have Kellogg Foods and all these huge food giant companies. We have a thought that we would develop our own food company, distribution company, but all the products would come from Africa. Man. And it would be one company, and we would sell to all the major food brands, all the major food outlets, all the major grocery stores, right?
Wow.
And so that way, instead of them having to deal with 1,000 small companies, they would only be dealing with one brand company, right? And we would be the ones bringing all the products over to sell to these large grocery chains. I think that's brilliant. Nobody's done that yet, right?
And that's the thing. Even when you talk about all the shipping companies,
right?
What are you talking about? Which one is the biggest one?
A DHL is huge.
DHL,
FedEx does a lot of huge stuff. There's a lot of other huge
Amazon
shipping.
And now we're seeing some companies are about to overtake Amazon. But what is this going to actually do? at its growth stage, I don't think there's any platform.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, I'm not exaggerating. By the way, if you guys, we cannot even share all the information with you. We're just kind of like bits and pieces.
Yeah, Monday, we can come back and maybe do just a presentation just on that.
Okay.
Maybe after it's released on Monday. We could do like maybe a Zoom meeting or something, or record it and put it out on your channel.
That's
right?
what we're gonna do. Yes.
Because I think besides just giving everybody the link and just telling them to go out and join it, I want them to understand the why, the hows, and where it's going, not just what it's doing right now, because this is just release one, right? Because we own the code, we're going to be releasing other options and other upgrades and other versions that are going to give you more and more and more functionality.
So by the way, because I'm not even that technology savvy, but the little that I know, you guys, they build a platform, so that's their platform. But can you just talk a little bit about
Sure. So it's called World Trade Connect, and the link is going to be World Trade Connect. That's Connect, CONNECT. So World Trade Connect, all one word, right? .us for right now. We're going to change that, but for right now, it is. Let me just make sure. Yep, it's .us today, but we're going to change that. But for right now, it's WorldTradeConnect.us. Okay, and that's going to get launched on Monday. It's going to allow you to go in and join and create your own platform. Okay, so we're very interested in hearing from you. We're very interested in getting feedback from you. We're very interested in other ways that we might be able to help you through the platform. But the whole goal of that platform is to develop a roadmap for you to be successful at selling your products and services to not just the United States, but to other countries as well. Now, we understand the U.S. very well, so obviously this is a place that we own, we understand, and we can really, really help you distribute your products here. But we don't want to be so limited that we're saying all we're going to do is work with you on the U.S. No, this platform is going to be a digital rail to allow small businesses and medium-sized businesses to communicate their products and services in every continent around the globe.
So guys, just like I'm telling you, I'm doing all of this to bring information to African businesses, to African entrepreneurs, to someone that is looking to expand their horizon, to have that information. And working with people, because I used to work for FinTech Procurement Technical Assistant Program. So basically what that program is about is to be able to help small businesses to subcontract under big companies like Uzalen. Because what the government normally do is this: they'll give a certain amount of money, like they can give let me say Uzalen $10-20 billion, and they'll give a portion of that money has to be subcontracted by small businesses. But most of the time, they cannot have that money dished out to small businesses because most small businesses are not applying. But even when you want to apply, you don't know how to go about it. And so what this platform is going to do is to be able to give you a roadmap, so you know what to do, you know how you have to go about it, and the help that you need.
That is so important because I hate to say this, but it's almost like from what we've found, it's almost like it's set up to be complicated.
That's true.
So that we can't figure it out.
That's true.
But we're going to simplify it. And we're going to make it easy. We're going to provide a roadmap. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, Step 5, Step 6, contracts. Okay? That's the way we're going to make it out, right? Now, in some cases, it might be a little bit more complicated, but we will make sure that roadmap not only is laid out, but that roadmap gives you specific resources and experts that you can talk to on every step. So if you need help on Step 2, Step 4, Step 6, there's going to be people you can find very quickly that we vetted that can help you in those areas.
And this is just so powerful. It's really powerful for me. With my travel, with my dealing with small businesses, with my marketing, small experience, because you've been in this, 30 something years. That's how I can say, compared to, what you've done,
right,
what you have under your belt.
Understood.
I might just be doing, I might just have done a little bit. But with all these things, now you have a platform that can, bring all these things together. I've seen so many struggles. I've seen so many companies just to get to have a government contract.
Yeah.
The money that they have to pay people, and then the people that they pay, they didn't even write the proposal right.
No,
they didn't
so
even do it right. So
yeah.
with all that money spent, they can't even get to that.
So not in any way, shape, form, or fashion are we bragging here to tell you that. So in the last 6 months, we've written 3 proposals for the first one was for the USDA, which is our food administration, our agriculture administration for the U.S. government, and it's called the USDA, United States Agriculture Department. That's what that stands for. And we wrote a $50 million grant, and we wrote it, but we wrote it for other people. There were 5 other people in the grant, 5 major corporations. One was a prime minority company, black owned, and the other 3 were partners, minority companies, black owned, and then there were 8 other companies that were collaborators, supporters. I'd love one day to come back and just talk about that whole grant writing process and what you need and what are the key elements. Once again, that's a master course right there.
So
right?
you see, so if we can get an African company from Africa that can partner with a small business here that can send your products, even your services.
Yeah, nobody talks about this. This is really important.
This is really important.
This is really
and
important.
so if we can help that company to be able to obtain government contracts, government money,
right?
They can use that money to you being an angle of that company in Africa. You can be able to ship your products here and be able to supply, American
and in some cases it might be grants to be able to do certain things.
Yeah.
Like right now, food is really big. America is really we have little areas in the United States that we call food deserts because they just can't get food.
See,
right?
You see,
and so we could really partner with African countries and businesses that provide food and make sure we're getting those food to those distressed areas.
You see,
and that would be called a grant because the U.S. government would actually pay the business to help do that. Right? And that's a grant is money you don't have to pay back.
You don't have to pay back yet. And that's one of the benefits that I have because I partner with different U.S. embassies around Africa, around the world, and they can put something together. Every time I meet an ambassador, this is what, just like we talking about this, he said, Mo, why are American companies not doing business in Africa? He said, we are doing everything, but we have, can you imagine, us as a small company have more success rate than them. How can you bring 15 companies from the US to here? How do you do that? We are trying to convince just 4 or 5 companies to come and we cannot. I said, well, this is the way we're going about doing it. You see, the government, like, of course, the embassies over there representing, the United States government, they can't do everything. It's just like, you have governments all over the world. They can't do everything. And that is why we need, platforms like your platform, right, that to kind of bring businesses, kind of bring individuals together to be able to do business. I so appreciate you to be here, taking your time from your family and your vacation. If you guys can see, you can see a lot of, people playing around and the pool and all that stuff. Do you have any last thing that you want people to know before we just end this?
The last thing I would say is that this new platform, World Trade Connect .us, although we're going to change it, it's going to be life-changing for many people, many companies around the world. People who prior to this never had access to people, never had access to people they needed to help them, never had access to a roadmap to success, never had access to other markets, never had access to other countries, didn't understand the strategies to be successful. We're going to change all that through this platform. And we liken it, we were talking about, to literally think of a train track, a train rail that goes all around the world to all the continents, connects them all, across the water, becomes a bridge to where we can actually connect, have a closed peer-to-peer network where the rest of the world doesn't have to know what we're talking about. We can talk about products and services and selling and distribution and making your companies more successful, getting your products here to the States, but also getting your products to other countries as well. And guess what? It belongs to us. We own it.
That's it.
So, in our heart in developing it, was not, we don't have any investors. Nobody invested. We did this ourselves with our own money, and that's why we're
use millions.
we spend all of our money, all of our savings. So when you talk about somebody that's all in, we're all in. I mean, we're all in. We spent up all of our savings to do this, and now we want to change the world by helping your business be able to connect with other businesses here in the U.S. and sell your products and services, whether it be federal government, whether it be corporate clients, large grocery store chains, large outlets to sell your products. We've got access to it, whether it be having e-commerce platforms to be able to sell directly to consumers, because you and I were talking about the fact that one good thing that COVID did, it made everybody start buying online even more. So once you get used to doing something, now you're used to it.
Yeah.
Now you keep doing it.
Yep.
So e-commerce is even more important today than it was even before.
Oh, yes.
That your products have a beautiful branded platform, okay, that appeals to the eyes and to the emotions of the countries that you're trying to sell to.
That's
right.
That's
and so that's all I have to say, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm gonna have to let him go so that he can have some time with his family. All right, guys. Ciao, ciao. Talk to you later. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and
so we're going to do some more. We're going to do some more.
We're going to have to do some more. Right. Yes.
And so the World Trade Connect link is World Trade Connect.
Good.
.us.
World Trade Connect.us.
And it launches on Monday.
So I should be seeing your business on that platform on Monday. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Quality and well-structured service measures means that we are dedicated to promoting and enhancing our business in every way possible. Join us in our mission to build a better Africa and to promote global trade and investment. Import-Export Ventures, your partner in international business.